Hello everyone, welcome to another one of these collection videos, and as you can tell by this really cool poster that Amanda gave me a while back that will eventually be in our permanent movie room, we are talking about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder, one of my favorite movies of all time, and my favorite performance by Gene Wilder. In fact, it's one of my favorite performances of any actor in any movie. I've always adored this movie. It is, in my opinion, an absolutely perfect production. There's everything about it is brilliant. I love everything about it. It's a movie that I have actually grown to love even more as I get older, because sometimes with kids movies or movies that you really enjoyed as a little kid, sometimes when you rewatch them it's more of an enjoyment based on nostalgia. It's more of a transportation to that time, and you really love it because of the memories of that time, but you might not like it if the first time you saw it was as an adult. But Willy Wonka is something that I feel is just, at any age, this interpretation of that story is incredible. It's one of the best morality tales I've ever seen. It's just done so wonderfully well, so magical, so creative, and unlike that horrendous abomination that Tim Burton belched up years later, this does not feel cartoony and ridiculous and just silly. It is a film that has a lot of genuine heart and some darker moments and some brilliant wit through the interpretation of the character through Gene Wilder. And in the beginning of the movie, up until you hit the point where you enter the chocolate factory, it is very grounded in this sense of reality that helps you to accept and makes believable the magic inside, makes it feel so much more wondrous once you get in there, and at the same time it really helps with the suspension of disbelief and just really that grounding in the beginning, and those more almost depressing moments when Charlie is at his lowest after he is visiting his mom while she's washing clothing, and it's late at night. He's walking down the dark street and she starts singing that cheer up Charlie song and things like that. It really grounds you in this world and you feel for these characters, and it just builds up so perfectly. To me, this is one of the greatest movies ever made, and this is my collection for that. Of course, the first way that I watched it, the way that I grew up watching it, on VHS, one of those movies that we owned and watched over and over again. Remarkable movie. And moving on to LaserDisc, it was released a handful of times, and this is the 25th anniversary edition on LaserDisc. And this cover is also a cover that was available on a lot of later VHS in the white clamshells. This is the 25th anniversary LaserDisc. And moving on to DVD, I've owned it on DVD a couple of times over the years. It's been released many times, different anniversaries and things like that. And eventually those copies moved on, and I have other DVD copies that are included with other things. No reason to keep those individual older versions when you have them already, or reprints of them and other things. First off, it's on DVD in this box set, one of my favorite box sets. This is the Best of Warner Brothers 20 film collection, the musicals. They've done a couple of these different collections, and this is the one with musicals, and it is included in here in this box set. As you can see it near the bottom there. So it is on DVD in that set, and it's also in DVD in probably my favorite release that I own, this DVD Blu-ray combo that looks like a Wonka bar. Just really cool packaging. Something very fascinating. I enjoy this one. So this has the Blu-ray there and fold out, and then 2 DVDs, the movie and special features. And then for the 50th anniversary, which it's 50 years, incredible. But yeah, again, this movie's released over and over again, different anniversaries. For the 50th anniversary, in this very shiny release here, this is the Blu-ray and 4K Ultra combo for the 50th anniversary. This amazing movie, super shimmery release here with the slipcover. And this nice purple looks amazing. But yeah, this is one of those movies that I just think is incredible, and it's one that I enjoy more over time rather than less. And speaking of favorite movies, this is a movie that I'll probably be talking about again at a later date. If you are watching this video soon after I upload it, then definitely check out, I have a poll going on the community page for YouTube, and also been asking on Twitter, trying to see if people would be interested in me doing a favorite movies of all time series of videos. Similar to a few years ago, I did my favorite video games of all time. This would either be, depending on the interest and like how much I want to put into it, either a top 50 or top 100 split into multiple videos over a period of time. But I think that'd be something that'd be interesting to do, and definitely because I talk about movies so much on this channel and movie collecting and show off all different collections of a lot of my favorite movies. I think a lot of people would be interested in that series of videos over the course of time, especially because I've been showing a lot of the collections once I complete them for individual movies that I have a great passion for, and I think it would be interesting to see, how do these line up? What makes my top 10 even? Like, what's my top 20? Where do some of these lie? I love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Is it as high as my top 5 even? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll definitely vote in that poll, because I'm curious to see, because this would take a very long time to go through, and if no one cares at all, I might not do it. But we'll see. So there's some interest. I might be talking about this movie again in the future. Thank you for watching, and share any memories you have with this movie below. Just such a timeless classic, one of the first films that I would show my kid. I think it's one of those brilliant movies that no matter what age you are, there's something in here to capture the imagination.